think you have to make me a co-host again so I can share the stuff.
Okay, we're
going live.
Okay,
It's a little slow.
all right.
Okay.
All right, and everybody needs to mute. I think we're getting a little bit of background. Good morning. This is the Maryland General Assembly Anne Arundel County House Delegation meeting. Welcome. Our first item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer by Delegate Bagnall. Delegate Bagnall.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As I was considering the prayer for today, I was struck by the confluence of today. Today is World Autism Awareness Day. For some, today is the 6th day and 7th eve of Passover. For others, today is Good Friday. It is the 2nd day of Asian Pacific Heritage Month, Earth Month. It's a birthday, an anniversary, a day of celebration, a day of reflection, a day of mourning. Though we all share this day together, though we will occupy the same space today, we will all share this day through the filter of our lived experiences, making each unique to each one of us and worthy of celebration. So I offer this prayer today. Good and gracious Creator, help us to seek and find the depth and richness emerging from the confluence of cultures in our global societies. So much of human wisdom and expertise about health and healing, consciousness, and alternative visions of the future are embodied in the world's different cultures. May we foster greater diversity in us and in this esteemed body and the people whom we serve. May we learn to partner with others to create a just, harmonious, and sustainable future. Amen.
Amen. Very nice. Thank you, Delegate Bagnall. We're going to change our agenda just a little bit, and we're going to move our presentation to later on this morning. We're going to move right into our hearing this morning on Senate Bill 888. Is there a motion to suspend the rules to have the hearing and vote on the same day?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? The question is to have the hearing and vote on the same day for Senate Bill 888. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, the ayes have it and the motion passed. So we will now proceed to the hearing on Senate Bill 888, sponsor-only hearing with Senator Pam Vital. Senator.
I'm sorry, I just lost my document. I hate when I do this. Okay. Thank you very much, Chair Bartlett, Vice Chair Rogers, and all the members of the Anne Arundel delegation. Maybe this is your last meeting of the year, and if it is, I wish you all a happy sine die at the end. Senate Bill 888 was an issue that was brought to me by members that live along Route 175 in Jessup. It's a 2-mile stretch from the exit of 295 onto 175, which goes out to the Howard County line. And for those of you that may not be familiar, it's an area that now houses more than 1,000 apartments and condos, has a lot of trucks that are required to get off the exit there. They go to the penitentiary and the warehouses and out to Howard County and Annapolis Junction. So it's a really busy road. It also has the, never mind. Anyway, we have neighbors that live on 175 that cannot get out of their driveways. The speed is so fast and the traffic is so heavy. So when I had the hearing in the House, I had no one in opposition. I have received, I think, 2 emails from some folks that live back in Jessup, like Montevideo Road or Race Road, that opposed, but the people that live on 175 are very supportive. The Jessup Improvement Association came and testified in favor, both Mr. Alexi, the president, and Ms. Shannon Allen. The gentleman that lives at the corner of Wiggly Road and 175 actually brought videos. His house has been hit 5 times by speeding vehicles. His garage, his fence, his mailbox. He owns a construction company. He goes out in his construction vest to get his mail out of the mailbox. He cannot let his children play in the yard. So it's really become an issue on 175. As I said, it's a very small stretch. This has been done in other counties on roads that produce this high speed volume. And I really would ask that we have your support. I know Delegate Chang has also worked on the issue. They increased police enforcement and put a sign up. Correct, Delegate Chang? You had some work there. And it really hasn't helped. It continues to be a problem with speed. So I would appreciate the support of the delegation with a letter to go to, I think, Environment and Transportation. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And the Senator did send out testimony as well as a video. If anyone did not see the video, if you need to see it, we have it this morning. It's 29 seconds, but in the interest of time, if you don't need to see it, that's fine. If anyone would like to see it, just please raise your virtual hand. Are there any questions for the bill sponsor?
Move favorable.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? We will have a, so the question is to move favorable on Senate Bill 888. We will have a roll call vote. Secretary, call the roll.
Vice Chairman Rogers,
Yes.
Delegate Bagnell,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes,
Yes.
Delegate Carey, Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
No.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard, Delegate Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke,
Yes.
Delegate Lehman, Delegate Malone,
No.
Delegate Pena Melnick,
Yes.
Delegate Saab,
No.
Chairman Bartlett.
Yes.
Madam Chairman, the vote is 9-3 and the motion passes.
Thank you. We will move now to the next item, the request for a letter of support with respect to Senate Bill 705. This is a statewide bill, but it affects the airport in our county. Senator Vital. You just have to unmute.
By now. Thank you. Thank you, Chair Bartlett, Vice Chair Rogers, and members of the delegation. This has become a very interesting issue. Senate Bill 705 is a bill that creates parity between peer-to-peer car rentals and the other 9 car rental companies that work at the airport. And I don't know if you all know what peer-to-peer is, but peer-to-peer is an opportunity that you can put your car up on an online platform and rent it to folks that are anywhere in the county, anywhere in the state, but if they're coming in from the airport, this is where the problem is. So what's happening now is it's called, one of them is called Turo. There's other names. The big issue is Allstate Insurance now has 50 cars on the platform. So they're kind of finding a way around having their rental cars pay the fees at the airport. So the fees at the airport support the consolidated car rental garage. It supports the shuttles that take people there. It supports the roads that the cars travel on. But and the bill came out of the Senate. I think it was 45-2. It is sitting in ECM. I know I have a couple of ECM members on the delegation. There was an attempt to put a big amendment on that would allow these rental cars to park at the curb. So you should have a letter from MAA talking about why parking at the curb is not good. Number one, it's a terrorism issue. You can't have vehicles, unattended vehicles or any vehicles parking at the curb. People were coming out to get their rental car, walking around the car, taking pictures like you do when you rent a car. So it was tying up traffic, but more importantly, it's an issue with safety. I have an email from Southwest. I don't know if it was sent to all of you or not, or to all of ECM, Southwest is concerned about the integrity and safety of the airport. So that's the number one issue with the amendment that was trying to be put on. The other issue is the parity. You know, you have 9 rental car companies paying the fees that are supporting the bonds for the consolidated car rental facility. And then you have these other car rentals that are paying nothing and they're competing. And so it's taken away business from the vehicles that are paying, car rental companies that are paying the fees. The last issue is the 9 car rental companies employ about 1,000 employees in the state, but most of them are from Anne Arundel County. So you have about 1,000 employees with 9 car rental companies. Some of the car rental companies have headquarters here. They're paying property taxes here. They're paying payroll taxes. Turo pays nothing. They have no employees. They're in California. They have no brick and mortar. And so all I'm asking is for the delegation to send a letter. Chairman Bartlett, I think you maybe have circulated the letter to your members that we sent, but
That's correct.
Thank you. We would love a letter from the delegation to go to ECM asking for the bill to come out as it passed the Senate with no additional amendments and to get it moving as we are 5-6 days from Sinai Die. I'll be happy to take any questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to send a letter of support to the appropriate committee?
Move
I
favorable.
move it. Second.
Second.
Any discussion? The question is to send a letter of support from the House delegation to the appropriate committee. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it and the motion passed. Thank you, Senator Beidle.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now I'm going to go get my COVID test. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Staff, do we have Ms. Thomas in the waiting room from the Anne Arundel Food Bank?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, we're moving along just fine. So we're going to continue on with our agenda. Last week, we voted out a few Senate bills, and there was the Senate bill had clarifying language as we explained last week. And Matt, I am going to start with House Bill 679 for your reference. And so we have the clarifying language explained that somehow there was, with our amendment, the Senate bill was the way it needed to be, but somehow our House bill, which was our own amendment, did not get entered correctly. So now we need to vote on the amendment of our House bill. And Matt, if you could, actually, could someone give Matt the screen so that he can put up the appropriate amendment, please? And then while they're doing that, can you explain the amendment, Matt? If there's more explanation needed beyond what I just said.
You covered it. The only difference is at the very end, there's inserting Anne Arundel County, which is matching the Senate bill. So just very specific.
Okay, so Matt, you are a co-host now. Can you put up the amendment? Great. Okay, there we go. So we're striking screening area, substituting public viewing theater. Nobody knew what the screening area was, so we weren't quite sure where that language came from. And we're striking, we're going to put in, we're taking out language so that it'll say, as Matt just said, in Anne Arundel County. On the amendment, are there any questions?
Move favorable on the amendment.
Is there a second on the amendment?
Second.
Any discussion? We will have a roll call vote on the amendment. Secretary, please call the roll.
On House Bill 679 as amended, 814832. Vice Chair Rogers,
Yes.
Delegate Wagner,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes, Delegate Carey, Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
Yes.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard, Delegate Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke,
Yes.
Delegate Lehman, Delegate Malone,
Yes. Yes.
Delegate Payne Melnick,
Yes.
Delegate Saab,
Yes.
Chairman Bartlett.
Yes.
Madam Chairman, the vote is 11-0 and the motion passes.
Great.
Move the bill as amended.
Is there a second? Any discussion? On the bill as amended, Secretary, we will have a roll call vote. Secretary, please call the roll.
Vice Chairman Rogers,
Yes.
Delegate Bagnall,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes, Delegate Carey, Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
Yes.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard, Delegate Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke,
Yes.
Delegate Lehman,
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, what is the motion?
The motion is on House Bill 679. We voted to amend it so that it would match the Senate bill, and actually the bill that we originally had, there was a technical error to allow for alcohol beverages to be taken into the theater area.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we're
Yes,
voting on the bill as amended.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Bartlett. I vote yes.
Delegate Malone,
Yes.
Delegate Payne Melnick,
Yes.
Delegate
Yes.
Saab,
Yes.
Chairman Bartlett.
Yes.
Madam Chairman, the vote is 12-0 and the motion passes.
Thank you. The last item on our agenda is House Bill 680, the Board of License Commissioners Chief Inspector. Again, we want to, this would be a motion to to concur with the Senate bill or to accept the Senate amendments. And the Senate amendment was to, there we go. The Senate amendment was to make it a full-time position for the chief inspector and to strike the 30,000 and making that the pay schedule would be an NR5. We had quite a robust discussion on this last week. Is there a motion to accept the amendment from the Senate on House Bill 680?
Madam Chairman.
Yes. Yes, Delegate Saab.
So this is the first time that I hear to make it a full-time position. So the question that I have, does full-time position come with fringe benefits?
Delegate Saab, we voted on this last week. It was a full-time position last week. It will be a full-time position this week. There are no fringe benefits. With respect to, with respect to, like, we talked about a COLA last time. Vice Chair, would there also be health benefits?
My understanding is that there would not, and that.
We would.
I'm sorry, I'd ask Matt for clarification, but my understanding is that there would not be.
For an NR5?
Correct.
No, I mean, I'm sorry, Matt, I was asking for an NR5. Do you have that information?
I can pull that up while we discuss, but I do not have it off the top.
Okay, if you could pull that up, that would be great. Also, as I mentioned, this is the Senate bill that we passed last week. There were questions with respect to the rate of pay and the range and who would make that determination and things of that sort. So just to anticipate those questions, I will let you know that it is the board that will make the determination of the hours, that will make the determination of the range, And, so it would be the regular HR determinations would be made by the board. I asked for a motion on it. I didn't hear a motion. Is there a motion to,
Madam Chairman, I
Favorable.
Move favorable.
is there a second?
Second.
Madam Chairman,
Now
I
we
think
will
we should
have,
wait.
now Senator Delegate Saab, I will go in parliamentary order as best as I know. We have a question. It has been, there was a motion. It has been seconded. Now I'm opening up House Bill 680 for discussion. Delegate Saab and then Delegate Chisholm.
So, well, I mean, I had the question before we even moved the motion. I'd really like to find out exactly from Matt if there's benefits with this, because none of this was discussed last week. So before we should have a motion, we should have heard exactly whether benefits are included or not, because this is new to me and to everybody else in this committee.
Were you here last week?
I was, but fringe benefits were never brought up at all. The COLA was brought up. I was in the meeting. I was here.
And you're on the subcommittee and you're on the subcommittee as well, right?
I am, and it was never brought up, ever.
Okay. All right, we'll get an answer for your question, Delegate Saab, in just a few minutes. Delegate Chisholm?
Well, you have to forgive me if we spoke about this last week, but I don't know if I'm on the right amendment, but it was talking about 18 part-time inspectors at $7,000 each. Is that the new amendment?
No, I don't know. I'm not aware of which amendment you're looking at.
Madam Chair.
An amendment number?
Yeah, it's 154638.
That's our amendment number, but that's not the, Vice Chair?
Yeah, Madam Chair, so nothing changes with respect to the part-time inspectors, that there's been no change to that. Really what this is doing is confirming the House bill to the Senate bill. And so the part about the part-time inspectors that was been in there, that was something that was approved last year, raising it from 6,000 to 7,000. So there really isn't a change to that.
Okay, so there's no change to that, and the $300 per month, is that?
There's no change to that as well. That remains correct. That remains consistent from last year.
Okay, thank you.
Matt, were you able to pull up that information?
So I don't have an official answer, but as I've been going through the Anne Arundel County website, it does not list any benefits for any of the NR positions.
Okay. I see no further questions. Delegate Chisholm, I see your hand raised, but I think that's from before. We have a motion to accept the Senate amendments. We have a second. We've had discussion. We will have a roll call vote on the amendment. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Vice Chairman Rogers,
Yes.
Delegate Bagnell,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes, Delegate Carey, Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
No.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard, Delegate Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke, Delegate Lehman,
Yes.
Delegate Malone,
No.
Delegate Pena Melnick,
Yes.
Delegate Saab,
No,
Chairman Bartlett.
Yes. On the bill as amended, is there a motion?
Move
So
favorable.
moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote. Secretary, please call the roll.
Vice Chairman Rogers,
Yes.
Delegate Bagnell,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes, Delegate Carey, Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
No.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard, Delegate Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke, Delegate Lehman,
Yes.
Delegate Malone,
No.
Delegate Pena Melnick. Delegate Saab.
No.
Chairman
Can you
Bartlett.
hear me? Are you able to hear me?
No.
We can hear you. We can hear you now, Delegate, and your vote.
Sorry, this is Delegate Pena Melnick having a little bit of trouble today with the electronics. Yes, I'm a yes on that.
And Chairman Bartlett.
Yes.
Madam Chairman, the vote is 8-3 and the motion passes.
Thank you. Are there any announcements? Specifically, I'd like for anyone who is who's in any committees that are going to be having any voting, or any subcommittees that are having any votings, if we could make sure everybody is aware of where they need to be. And then we're going to have our special presentation. I see Ms. Thomas is here. Just to let you all know, Judiciary may possibly, Delegate Malone, you and I are the only ones on Judiciary, but we may possibly have a vote at 11. I know that HGO, Delegate Bagnall, could you, or either Delegate Pena Melnick, could you announce on HGO?
Yeah, my subcommittee on public health is voting at 9 o'clock this morning.
Thank you. And with respect to economic matters, Vice Chair, are you aware?
We're kind of in a holding pattern. We may have something, but as soon as this is over, I'm gonna pop. I'm on another Zoom right now as well. That's why I'm staying on mute.
Okay. Environment and transportation. I'm not sure if we.
Yes, Madam Chair, we actually have a hearing at 1:30 and voting immediately following.
Okay. Appropriations, Vice Chair Chang.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Delegate Henson reminded the committee that we do have a voting session at 11 a.m. on 2 bills. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let's see, what did I miss? I'm not sure I missed. I think I've gotten everybody. Okay, well, if I did miss a committee and you needed to make an announcement, please just let me know and speak up. So now it is time for our special presentation. So just wanted to welcome Ms. Susan Thomas to the delegation meeting. Thank you for being here. Ms. Thomas is the Executive Director at the Anne Arundel County Food and Resource Bank. And we know that you have been quite busy during the pandemic. So we have a special presentation for the food bank. Traditionally, we have dues that we pay to provide a light breakfast. We have these early morning meetings. Given the perils of the pandemic, and we haven't been able to meet in person, sadly, there was no need for a light breakfast. The Vice Chair staff member, Nicole Butler, made a great suggestion that we continue the tradition of providing our dues and we present them to the food bank. The delegation agreed, and we eagerly combined our funds to present a special check to you. We have this photograph of a majority of the members. Those who were not present were probably in subcommittee or in a committee or somehow doing the work of the people. And this is from all of us on behalf of the food bank, and all of us to the food bank. And we thank you and applaud you for the work that you do. And this is just a small token of our appreciation.
Thank you so much. It's truly amazing. I really appreciate your support, not only with the presentation with your funds that you guys have raised in choosing the Anne Arundel County Food Bank, but for your support over the past couple years. Your support allowed us to get a 15-year lease extension. It allowed us to get a new roof on our warehouse before COVID began, which allowed us to utilize our entire square footage, which is much needed during the pandemic. So it's everything that comes together. I can't thank you enough for all of your help. And when you're ready to come in person again, we would love to have you to come to the food bank for a tour, see what it looks like now. We've definitely made a lot of improvements and a lot of changes to maximize efficiencies and utilization.
Great. Well, we really appreciate the work that you all are doing, and we will be coming back down again during the interim as we are available, and hopefully we will be able to do some volunteer work as members have done in the past. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for choosing us again. The need has definitely gone up. We've now given out about 5.5 million pounds of food since COVID began. And usually a typical year is 2.6 million pounds. So most of the food that we're getting right now is being purchased. So I can't thank you enough for honoring us with your donation.
You're quite welcome. So members, I see no hands raised. We have made our announcements. Is there anything else that anyone else wanted to cover? As we go on, I say to you all, have a great day. It's Friday. We're almost there, and you're doing a great job. We appreciate everything that you do, and I know that your constituents appreciate the work that you're doing. So with that, we stand adjourned. Thank you.
Good day. Good day, everyone.